For certain types of weapons and products, production increased not by a few percent, but by a factor of 2, 3, 10, or 15. For some products, production increased almost 30-fold. Production has increased 30-fold in just a year and a half or two. In Perm, we have 1,300 pieces of equipment under the first program implemented and 46 under the second, i.e. a total of 1,400. That's almost 170 billion. Yes, that is the exact amount that you allocated. Just look at the results. It's worth every ruble. There has never been anything like this in the Soviet Union or Russia. It's a unique stand. It's 16 meters high. It can withstand a thrust of up to 50 tons. Do you need it? We believe that it will no longer be needed in the next 50 years. Thank you. We have implemented 2 programs here. One is the KPGA program, under which 2,798 pieces of equipment were purchased for the corporation. The second program is the so-called State Subsidy 1867, under which 250 items were purchased. In total, almost 3,000 pieces of equipment were purchased. In Perm, we have 1,300 pieces of equipment under the first program implemented and 46 under the second, i.e., a total of 1,400. That's almost 170 billion. Yes, that is the exact amount that you allocated. Thank you. I don't recall such a large sum ever being available in the industry before. Thank you very much, Anton. He stands there modestly. Just look at the results. It's worth every ruble. Yes, that's right. All the funds went to the case. Demay. Here is the second model of the new robot, which is much cheaper, practically 1.5 times cheaper in fact. It is used to assemble a drill lock with a drill pipe and then weld the friction joints. As part of the first stage of the Technodynamica mechanical plant modernization program, 600 robots will be introduced at 16 of the company's plants over the next year. Today is Gunsmith Day, your holiday. Congratulations and best wishes. I would like to thank you for your hard work. You know, we remember the defense industry in the same way that we remember doctors. We only think about them when we need them, when hard times come. We immediately ask ourselves, where is our defense industry, which we have always been proud of? I hope that your company has also overcome these difficult times. You can probably see this for yourselves. A few years ago, the situation here was completely different. Everything has now been restored and is working again. While I hope and expect that the events related to the special military operation will pass, the demand for modern armed forces will not end there. In fact, we will continue to develop the armed forces, making them modern, compact, and powerful. This would be impossible without the efforts of defense workers. So I would like to thank you for what you have done and express my hope that, together, we will strengthen the Russian armed forces for the future and ensure our country's independence and sovereignty. Without your help and work, this would be impossible. I wish you every success. Thank you very much, and happy holidays. Vladimir Vladimirovich, next year our enterprise will celebrate its 291st anniversary. We would like to invite you as our honored guest. You will see our achievements and what else we will accomplish during this period. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. You really do have a unique enterprise. It is almost 300 years old and produces full-cycle artillery systems. We don't have many factories like this. It is probably the only one, and it certainly has a rich history. I will try to visit you. I have no doubt that a lot will happen in what is actually a short period of time in terms of your history. For certain types of weapons and products, production increased not by a few percent, but by a factor of 2, 3, 10, or 15. For some products, production increased almost 30-fold. Production has increased 30-fold in just a year and a half or two. The quality is improving, and the technology is becoming more modern and in demand. I am confident that this year will bring many positive developments for your enterprise as well.
Спасибо большое, прошу вас. Мы проводим очередное заседание военно-промышленной комиссии.
We are holding another Military-Industrial Commission meeting, and we have several items on the agenda. The first is the appointment of chief designers for creating weapons, military, and special equipment, as well as leaders in priority technological areas. Next goes a new state armament program and its resources provision, and a new state program for developing defense industry complex and its resources provision. But first, I would like to mention that today we are celebrating Gunsmith's Day in Russia. I want to congratulate all the employees of the legendary Ural enterprise where we are right now, the Motovilikha factories. Congratulations to all Russian defense industrial complex veterans and workers on their professional holiday. We often speak about this, but now we can say it with full certainty. Today, it is clear how our defense industry complex is working. We are proud of the achievements of designers, engineers, managers, and workers who toil in the defense industrial sector, creating reliable and effective weapons and equipment, contributing to strengthening the country's defense capability and security, and maintaining the balance of power worldwide. It is important that young specialists who work in the defense industry complex today are proving in practice that they preserve and enhance their predecessors' traditions. In recent years, the production of particularly in-demand weapons and equipment necessary for solving the special military operation tasks has increased multiple times. Their tactical and technical characteristics have been significantly improved considering their combat application. I especially note that in the creation and improvement of weapons and equipment, alongside defense enterprises, the so-called people's defense industry also participates. That is, small and medium enterprises, businesses, high-tech companies. I want to thank Russian gunsmiths for their conscientious, responsible work and wish you and all your loved ones health and new successes. We have just inspected the Motovilikha factory's production base.
А их тактико-технические характеристики значительно улучшены с учетом боевого применения. Особо отмечу, что в создании и совершенствовании вооружения и техники наряду с оборонными предприятиями участвует так называемый народный ОПК. То есть это малые и средние предприятия, малый и средний бизнес, высокотехнологичные компании. Хочу поблагодарить российских оружейников за добросовестность.
Modern developments of gun and rocket artillery, various unmanned complexes, and other weapons and military equipment. Developing the topic of aircraft engine building, which was discussed at a recent Samaras meeting, the ODK Aviadvigatel, leading Russian design bureau for creating aircraft engines leadership reported and demonstrated how promising engine models rig tests are progressing. All the products nomenclature presented today by Perm enterprises and their cooperatives is a significant contribution not only to defense capacity, but also to strengthening the country's production and scientific potential. This year we held a series of meetings where we considered the priorities and parameters for developing the Army and Navy's arms systems.
Вся представленная сегодня номенклатура продукции пермских предприятий и их кооперации – это серьезный вклад не только в обороноспособность, но и в укрепление производственного и научного потенциала нашей страны. В этом году мы провели серию совещаний, в ходе которых рассмотрели приоритеты и параметры развития систем вооружения для армии и флота.
Today we will continue this work and specifically discuss how the State Armament Program 2027 to 2036 projects are being formed, as well as the State Program for the Defense Industrial Complex Development. Special attention will be paid to their resources provision. I would like to reiterate that, during the special military operation, the production capacities of the defense industry are operating at full capacity. At the same time, we must more clearly and with a long-term perspective plan producing civilian and dual-purpose products at defense enterprises.
Вместе с тем, мы должны более четко и на долгосрочную перспективу планировать выпуск на оборонных предприятиях продукции гражданского и двойного назначения. Тем более, что в свое время
Before the operation began, significant progress had been made in diversifying the defense industry and a solid foundation had been established. This should be taken into account when developing new state programs. Today we will approve candidates, as I already mentioned, for the positions of chief designers and leaders in priority technological areas for creating weapons and military equipment. These are specialists with rich professional and managerial experience. I am confident that all the tasks before them will be implemented in proper time and with good outcomes and quality.
Russian jets entered Estonia's airspace today for 12 minutes. Do you see that as a threat to NATO?
Well, I'm going to have to look at it. They're going to be briefing me in a short while, so I'll let you know about it tonight or tomorrow.
What's your take in general? Just being
Well, I don't love it. I don't love it when that happens. It could be big trouble, but I'll let you know later. They're going to brief me in about an hour.